So before I start the session, I want to share my special thanks to my company for Vision, Microsoft for all the community efforts, and special thanks to 365 Saturday, Faisal, and all the organization community, and the sponsors Mazik Global. So thanks a lot for all the support and making this event happen. Um, a short disclaimer from my end. The views and opinions expressed in this session and my blog are my own, and it does not reflect anybody or anybody else or any other organization. I am a critically thinking person, so my views are subject to change from time to time. What I have planned for today's session is to share what Dynamics 365 Human Resources is all about and the functional capabilities it offers to the customers. Also, to understand briefly how it aligns with the rest of the business applications and Power Platform. The core of the session is to run through what features Microsoft development team is working on as part of October Wave or Release 2020 Wave 2, and when it will be available in preview or general availability. At the end of the session, I have a short demo to look at one of the nice features, which is Teams app for Dynamics 365 HR and how it works together. A short introduction about me. I'm Kamal. I'm currently living in the Netherlands. I'm originally from India. I work on HR transformation projects using Dynamics 365 Human Resources, primarily looking at aligning human resources as a domain with the rest of the business areas like finance, supply chain, or customer engagement, and trying to achieve a seamless customer experience. So that is where I kind of operate in my day job, and I write a blog about human resources as a product, and also the rest of the digital HR transformation pieces. My blog is nocodehr.com, so I'll share the details at the end of the slide also. Um, so to start the session, I know all of you are heavily involved in Dynamics 365 from a product and domain perspective, but still human resources is one of the not so famous applications, I would say, in the world of Dynamics. So we start the session trying to understand what human resources is all about. So what we are seeing basically is a hire to retire life cycle of an employee, where we have a company, Hogwarts Manufacturing, which will get a new project, and the managers in the company realize that they need some new employees to be hired to be able to deliver a project. They reach out to the HR team, and the HR team, goes out to the market and it tries to find some new candidates and, conduct interviews or schedule some assessments. And at the end of the recruitment process, we basically have a new hire, which will start going through the employee lifecycle processes, like performance management or sickness or timesheets or vacation, or leave in absence basically, and a lot of other HR processes. At the end of the employee life cycle, we see either the employee leaves the company to join a new organization or stays within the company and retire. So this is basically a high-level overview of how human resources as a domain operates. And with this background, when we look at what Dynamics 365 Human Resources is all about, it's a cloud-based software as a service product, which is built to transform and connect the experiences of a human resource professional, a manager, and an employee, and connect them together, so that from a HR professional standpoint, they're able to derive some key data insights, and with the help of those data insights, they're able to drive decisions within an organization. like simple data insights such as how many employees have left the company in an organization over a period of 1 month, or how many employees have been hired into the company, can help in strategic planning of the company and how to go forward in changing market conditions. um, so the vision from Microsoft, of course, is to provide a seamless IT solution experience, purely from a human resource perspective, and also from the rest of the application stack. And that is one of the reasons we see a lot of enhancements coming through for each Dynamics 365 applications, where in this case, human resources is being connected as seamlessly as possible with the rest of the Dynamics 365 stack, or the Microsoft 365 and Azure stacks. So that is a goal from Microsoft, and we are slowly reaching towards having that seamless experience. Um, with this background of what Dynamics 365 Human Resources is all about, next we try to understand a bit more around the functional capability it offers. As a product, it is basically focused on supporting seamless end-to-end lifecycle experience of employees. And it starts basically with organization administration, which has the capabilities to define legal entities and country structure of companies, and also the department's jobs and positions. Then we have personnel management, which is a capability focused for HR administrators to capture and maintain employee data focused on hire to retire life cycle. Then we have compensation and benefits, which is helpful in capturing critical employee data, such as fixed compensation or variable compensation and bonus awards, and other benefit information. And also, the moment we talk about compensation and benefits, it is a key area that is helpful in managing the compliance of local regulations in how the data is captured and what data needs to be captured. So that's a key area that we have available. Then we have leave and absence, which is one of the focus areas from Microsoft that is being enhanced as part of Release 2020 Wave 1 and Wave 2. And at the moment, the output of those enhancements are coming out quite good, and it is able to meet almost all country regulations. And also, there's a increased focus in improving the employee experience in using these features, such as introducing a Teams app where we have a Power Virtual Agent interacting with the employees to apply for leave, which we will look at the end of the session. Then we have system administration, which is focused on the management of the IT application lifecycle of the product. What Rachit was talking about, having the environments deployed. So that is one part of it. And once we have the environments available, doing the common setups that interact or that make human resources interact with the other applications on the platform. So we do all of that in system administration, and also the data migration, etc. Then we have reporting and analytics, which is a key area from a human resource as a domain. And then Dynamics 365 Human Resources ships with a standard set of reporting and analytics that can be used from day one. To end with, we have employee and manager self-service, which is basically focused on giving more data insights to the employees and managers in the organization, so that they can do their jobs more efficiently. We have employee development, which also helps in managing goals, skills, and performance reviews, including 360-degree feedback. So this is a functional overview of what the product offers to the customers, and also it's good from a consulting standpoint, to be aware as a cross-functional area, because human resources is something that cuts across almost all business domains. Um, a quick overview of how Dynamics 365 Human Resources fits with the rest of the business applications and Power Platform from an architectural standpoint. Um, Dynamics 365 Human Resources works very closely with the other F&O applications, such as finance, supply chain management, and PSA, and also the first-party customer engagement applications such as commerce, sales, marketing, and customer service. It is connected with Power Platform via Microsoft Dataverse or traditional Common Data Service, which was in the past, and it supports the customer extensibility requirements of extending the application to solve any local or customer specific requirements using Power Platform. There are two things that's worth mentioning, around the overall architecture of business applications. So one is about the artificial intelligence and insights capabilities that are being embedded in almost all business applications. Which is basically helping customers move from reactive decision making into a proactive data-driven decision making organizations. And also the other exciting thing I see is the mixed reality applications, such as Dynamics 365 Guides, which is helping customers adopt to the situations of new normal because of a natural calamity or a pandemic, and trying to improve efficiency and accuracy in meeting customer needs. So those are two things I find exciting over the entire business application stack. The core of this session is basically to look at the roadmap and features that the product team has planned on during the release 2020 Wave 2. As a starting point, let's take a look at the overview of how these features are fitting in with Dynamics 365 Human Resources. There are five focus areas that are defined as part of D365 HR product development roadmap in Wave 2. The first focus area is about Teams app for Dynamics 365 Human Resources, which will help employees and managers collaborate on leave requests via Teams without having to go to Dynamics. And this is primarily focused on improving the employee and manager experience, and also improve the engagement of employees and managers using a business application more proactively. The next area is about continued enhancements in the area of leave and benefits management. As part of the last 6 months in Wave 1, there was a huge functional change in the area of leave and absence and benefits management, and these changes will continue in Wave 2, where there are some more enhancements coming through, which will help make the solution even better. The new focus from Microsoft is about building APIs that will expose Dynamics 365 Human Resources to external recruitment and payroll applications. And this is a key area that will help all customers define complex HR architectural landscapes. In a scenario of a multi-country organization, this will be very helpful, where you have multiple local vendors working with one global human resource application from a recruitment and payroll standpoint. And we also see some investment in the integration area to connect Dynamics 365 HR which is basically holding all the master data of employees and connecting that with Microsoft Azure and other Dynamics 365 applications and Outlook. So we have one specific roadmap item that will help in integrating the leave and absence data from human resources into Outlook. That will give an overview of who's working when and not. The last focus area is about reporting and analytics. There are some enhancements coming through in this area, which is going to be very helpful for customers. So this is a overview of some of the focus areas. Now, as part of the next set of details, what we will do is go through each of these focus areas and understand a bit more details and how it can help customers and partners implementing Dynamics 365 Human Resources. So the first area we are looking at is the continued enhancements in the area of benefits management. As part of wave one, like I said, the functional capability was completely revamped, but there were some key pieces of functionality that was missing in this area. We will have a dedicated benefits management workspace to help benefits managers and administrators process the changes and track annual enrollment updates into benefit plans. So it'll help create a central view for an administrator to work with the changes that are happening against employees. The other key feature will be benefits related notifications to employees about the upcoming enrollment event. So in a scenario where there are changes to be made, the employees will be notified more proactively from the system as a communication. The next topic, what we are looking at is employee self-service and manager self-service area. The key, of course, related to this is the general availability of Teams application that will help employees and managers work on leave requests. Also, managers will get approval notifications on Teams and have the capability to approve directly from Teams. So that's an easy way of managing leave requests from a manager standpoint. As employees and managers, there's also leave and absence calendar available on Teams. So that is an added benefit where, as an employee, you can see which team members are working when, so that you are more informed to plan your vacation, for example, or to help out a different team member. And what we see as other features planned for this wave around employee self-service and manager self-service are capability to add custom links. There is a feature, it was already available for employee self-service in the past, where we can embed a custom link using which the employee can navigate into a different application like a SharePoint or an external web app, etc. So that feature is being enhanced and added to manager self-service now. The other feature is to enable managers have access to attachments of the team members on manager self-service. So that's something good and helps managers get an overview of what documents are attached against the employees. The next area we are looking at is integrations and extensibility. Based on the roadmap that is planned, it looks like there's a good amount of investment from Microsoft in this area to support customers and partners better. The key features to be highlighted are APIs being developed to support recruitment integrations, and also features to support open position requests by managers. This is already available in public preview. This LinkedIn Talent Hub integration, that's also critical. It is on the roadmap, and it's progressing quite good in terms of the development already. Many CDS physical entities are being added continuously, but there is also an architectural change in the way that Dynamics 365 HR data will be exposed on CDS or Dataverse. This is already available in public preview and can be tested for integrations with finance or any other domain. The other two key areas are integration with Azure and Outlook that we spoke about, where leave data can be integrated with Outlook. So that's on the roadmap, and also the integration between employee master data and Azure Active Directory. Next, when we look at leave and absence, like I said, the investments will continue to flow in as part of wave two, continuation of wave one. But as part of wave two, we see more enhancements such as manager cross-company view of leave. In the past, as a manager, I was not able to see overview of leave requests across legal entities. So that is getting combined now as part of wave two, where as a manager, I get a full overview of all employees reporting to me across legal entities in a calendar. And additional insights on leave balances. So there are some tiny changes happening around leave capabilities that will give more inputs to the employees than what is available now. There's also some workflow enhancements that is planned in the area across the application, which is basically improving the UI of approval workflows and how it is managed on the application. The other thing is worth noting is the integration with Outlook, which is on the roadmap. So that is a key area that we have noticed with customers that we work with, where having an integration with Outlook can be very helpful in terms of leave and absence. Just a generic topic around workflow enhancements. Like I said, there are some workflow enhancements on the user interface level that is being planned on D365 HR, where the UI buttons are easily viewable compared to what it is now. That way it becomes more obvious from a user perspective to approve or reject a leave request, for example. The last key area is the enhancements planned for reporting and analytics. And like I said, as a standard product, it ships with a very good set of reporting and analytics available. We will look at them in my next session. But there's a constant request from customers, to be able to customize them and apply some company-specific business logic to derive any KPIs that are specific to each industry or a company specifically. And this will be solved as part of wave two or in the future, and also topped up with the Azure Data Lake storage capabilities to improve the overall reporting landscape of D365 HR. The other feature we are looking at is HR analysts, from a business perspective, being able to develop custom reports and embedding them back into the application workspaces. So that's something that's quite handy from a business perspective and will be very helpful. So that's overview of or a fast-paced overview of all the features that is planned as part of release 2020 wave 2. But when we look at the timelines, for example, when what features are available, I've created this overview where you can see the features mapped against each of the months in release 2020 wave 2 period between October and March. So it's available in my blog. You can download it, and you can also use it in your discussions internally or with the customers. The key is I've linked all the features to the official documentation from Microsoft, where you can just click on it and it would open the specific feature that you are looking for, and the official documentation related to it. So what you notice, from a public preview standpoint, is there's a bulk of work happening from the dev team to build these features and release it for public preview at the beginning of the wave. So where from a partner standpoint or from a customer standpoint, you are able to test them, and do some design around it and test it on a test environment and see if your design needs to be updated. And as it goes towards March, you have less and less features coming in public preview. But on the other hand, when we look at general availability, for example, the features, slowly keep going higher towards the end of the wave 2, where you have a bulk of features coming out in GA. So this gives an overview, and it helps designing solutions on your projects based on the new enhancements that are coming through, so that the solutions are a bit more future proof. So please visit my blog and have a look at it and download this and use them in your projects. It's helpful. And I also write a monthly blog post about the latest enhancements that are coming through, so you get an overview of what features are coming out in public preview, what features are made general available, and maybe some discussions around that topic. So I have a monthly blog post coming out to explain those things. So that's an overview of the roadmap and how the roadmap will be coming out on the product side. That brings me to the end of what's cooking in Dynamics 365 Human Resources Kitchen. But I want to end the session with a small demo of Teams app. One second, let me just open that. Yeah. So what we are looking at is basically just to check, Faisal, you can see the Teams app now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. So what we are looking at is employees logged into Teams, and the employees trying to explore the leave request capability on Dynamics 365 Human Resources app. So when the employee logs in, you see that there's an overview of the leave balances of the employee, and the employee can start interacting with the chatbot. So you can just say hi, and then the chatbot will come back and ask, what do you want to do? You can just ask for balances, for example. So you just type in leave balances, and it would pop up the leave balances that you have on Dynamics 365 HR. And the next step can be that you want to book some leave. So you can say vacation. I think it doesn't understand. So you can say take holiday. Let me see. So balance and balance details. So if you want to have a look at a specific leave type, so I'm looking at currently balance details for vacation, and the moment I see the balance details, it also pops up already to say, do you want to take some time off? So you can say request vacation time off. And you see the prompts are very easy to understand. You can just say, I want to start here. I want to end my vacation on 20th of October, and submit a leave request. And that's basically it. So the chatbot or Power Virtual Agent will submit the request for you on Dynamics 365 and route it for approval. And the manager gets a notification that employee in their team has requested for time off, and do you want to approve or reject? What we are looking at now is an overview of time off tab. It's also in Teams, so you notice the interface is, you're still in Teams, and in the time off tab you can see all the leave requests that you have submitted, what is approved, what is not approved, and in the latest enhancements there's also a calendar tab available in the same overview. So that's one of the exciting features that is built now. It's already available in public preview. You can work with this in your projects, but not yet in production level. What I heard latest from the product team is they're trying to make this more accessible. There are some more enhancements coming through, and at the moment it is planned to go in general availability in February 2021. So that brings me to the end of my first session, and I will open the session for any questions. Uh, if you have any questions, I'm happy to take them.
शुक्रिया बहुत बहुत कमाल। ये एक जबरदस्त सेशन था और आपने वाकई में एक डिनर प्रिपेयर किया एक इंफॉर्मेशन का एचआर का जो कि हम कंज्यूम कर सकें। और मैं ये सोच रहा था कि किस तरह इस इंफॉर्मेशन को मैं यूज कर सकूं प्री सेल्स के सेशन में, क्योंकि मैं वैसे तो एचआर कंसल्टेंट नहीं हूं, लेकिन ऑब्वियसली प्री सेल्स के सेशन में आपको पता है क्लाइंट कुछ भी पूछ सकता है। तो एक बड़ा इंफॉर्मेटिव सेशन था ये। मेरा एक सवाल है कि आप यूरोप के मार्केट में काम कर रहे हैं, तो ये क्योंकि अगर मैं इसको कंपेयर करूं एसएपी से और ओरेकल से, तो जो डायनेमिक्स का एचआर था वो इतना हिट नहीं हो पाया, लेकिन अभी देखा जाए तो काफी इस पे काम हो रहा है। एवरीबॉडी इज वर्किंग ऑन दैट, बट फुल फ्लैश इम्प्लीमेंटेशन जिसको आप कहेंगे, ठीक है, तो कोई आपके पास ऐसे वेल नोन क्लाइंट्स हैं who are using full flash of this HR module?
Yeah. There are many customers. For example, even in the old age HR on F&O side, जो company है Forvision, हम लोग we have extended the solution using X++ development and develop leave and absence module basically. Which is being full-fledged used so across all processes. So अगर आपका question मैं समझ पाऊंगा तो you're asking पूरा employee life cycle कोई customer use कर रहा है कि नहीं?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। और बीच में इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ लिंक्डइन भी आई थी इसमें, इस तरह के मतलब पूरा कंप्लीट एक पैकेज जो होता है।
Yeah. So हमारा company जो है, we primarily work on this area. So human resources is our specialization, and we partner with all other vendors basically. And UK में we have काफी सारे customers who are using our extensions in HR and also the standard capabilities. Like we have some extensions using web apps and also the X++ development. It covers like performance management, leave and absence, sickness management. अभी UK में you have the dedicated sickness regulation and keeping track of it. So we are working with all of that, and there are live customers who are using. Maybe I'll connect with you offline to just give the names and everything, because it's maybe sensitive, I think. So, but we have many customers who are live, both on HR side and the traditional F&O side, using full-fledged process scope basically across the life cycle.
ओके क्योंकि देखा जाए तो माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का विजन फाइनेंस पे, सप्लाई चेन पे ज्यादा है एज कंपैरिजन टू एचआर से। सो आप क्या आने वाले वक्तों में देख रहे हैं कि ये इनका माइक्रोसॉफ्ट का फोकस फिर एचआर की जो एप्स ये बना रहे हैं, जो इन्होंने डिफरेंशिएट किया है सबको, उस पे एचआर पे भी फोकस करेगी?
Yes. अभी I think last 2 years already, 2 years से बहुत ज़्यादा importance है, and product development team भी बहुत सारा they're adding a lot of capabilities. और last year I think they acquired the solutions from Forvision, the leave and absence solution. They acquired that, and also benefits management. So it's contributing fast-paced development. So जो भी expertise है, they're taking help on that and making the solution even better. So it's not the same way, but अभी जो नए enhancements आ रहे हैं, it's completely revamped, and it's going in the direction of supporting global implementations where you have like maybe 40-50 legal entities and 1 lakh employees, kind of scale. We're not there yet, I would say, but we will go in that direction. So the direction is to be able to support not just small and medium scale but also large scale customers.
Okay. Kamal, we have a question from Fahar. What about the HR standard application of the Gulf countries? क्योंकि Gulf countries की कुछ specific requirements होती हैं HR के हवाले से, तो किस तरह इसको Microsoft या आपकी कंपनी किस तरह डील कर रही है?
So in Gulf specifically, I think payroll is the major impact because it's quite different. But on the rest of the standard functionality, I think it's quite usable as a standard. You have to design the solution to meet the requirements for. But payroll is currently not on Dynamics 365 HR. But like I said, there are enhancements coming through which will expose the data on HR into the local payroll vendors. So customer scenario में आपको you can see that कोई payroll vendor है in Gulf who's locally managing all the regulations around payroll, but Dynamics 365 will be your application for HR and that can integrate. So that's something on the roadmap to look out for, and there's quite a lot of investment in that area. But as a standard, if you're looking at other processes like employee self-service jo hai ya performance management, you can always use as this product or adopt some of the ISV extensions on web apps or Power Platform. So there's a lot of options available to meet the country requirements. I don't see that as a challenge. At least based on my experience, I don't think it will be challenging to meet any requirements other than payroll. So payroll is a different ball game in the world of HR. हाँ, एक और question आया शायद.
Yeah, जी बिल्कुल.
So there are some localization for GCC in HR as well, which is only I think there's input we met ISVs. Yeah. So
and we have
this
got a good comment as well. Thanks, Kamal. Your HR your HR dinner is Kamal.
Oh, very good.
So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Fahad.
Yeah, we have